They're not gonna like. Yeah, you come here too.
So, I don't mean to be generic, but there's one piece of advice that I usually give to volunteers, no matter where they're volunteering, and that is the importance of the job that you're doing. Now, the scholars talk about, obviously, the importance of sincerity and how sincerity is half of the equation when it comes to anything that we do. Sincerity makes it that our actions are actually accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the ways, one of the advices that the scholars give in terms of how to increase one's sincerity is to do those actions which almost force our sincerity, like they force our hand. For example, qiyamul layl. You get up in the last portion of the night, everyone is sleeping, no one's awake, no one knows you're awake, you're praying. You have no choice but to be sincere. The only way you can mess that up is wake up in the morning and be like, hey, guess what? I prayed last night and this and that. I was so awesome. But in that moment, right? In that moment, it's you and Allah. So you have to be sincere. And the more we do stuff like that, the more it increases our sincerity in other things that we do as well. For me, volunteering is another example of that. Because volunteering, a lot of it is behind the scenes. People don't know about it. People don't hear about it. And it always blows my mind, subhanAllah, how many volunteers there are just in America that I don't even know. That I wish I knew every single volunteer. Because of the amount of work that they do that's all behind the scenes. Sometimes the Al-Maghrib instructors, one of the things that we talk about, subhanAllah, is that we feel like one of the things we're afraid of is getting recognition in this life, but it not meaning anything in the afterlife. And that's something that the volunteers are almost protected from. And that's how, we feel like, subhanAllah, we're going to show up on the Day of Judgment, and the volunteers are going to be way ahead of, the imams and, the celebrity scholars and all this kind of stuff. Some dude, some girl, nobody heard about. She was, chugging along, helping out the MSA. She spent late hours and, working and working and working and working. That person is walking in front of everyone into Jannah, and that person is the true celebrity on the Day of Judgment. Also, when it comes to volunteering, one of the things that I firmly believe in is that leaders come from followers. I firmly believe that. For myself, that's the path that I took. I actually used to be an Al-Maghrib volunteer. Some of the Al-Maghrib volunteers know this. When Al-Maghrib first started, I volunteered for Al-Maghrib whatever class. And for me, it was kind of like my Iman high. I just started practicing and all that. So anything that was happening in town, I was not to praise myself. I just tried to help out whatever way I could. And subhanAllah, lessons that I learned from that time are lessons that are helping me today. And that's why I feel a special connection when I speak to volunteers and hang out with volunteers. Anyway, that's it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. I'm going to leave